Hello, everyone. Welcome to TD Board Gamers. My name is Dave,
And I'm Dirk.
and today we're going to take a look at the second hero kit that we got, Ms. Marvel. So, uh, Ms. Marvel is our first champion. She actually came in Wave 1 with all the Avengers, and so she was the only champion that we had for the longest time until
Yeah.
until we got Sinister Motive Wave. But so let's take a look at what Ms. Marvel can do.
Well, first, we're actually looking here at some promo cards that we got from some content creators while we were at Con of Heroes this past year. So, yeah, that's where this artwork comes from on these.
Okay.
When she's in alter ego form, she's Kamala Khan. She has a hand size of 6 and 10 hit points. She recovers for 5. And she is an inhuman, so she has the Teen Spirit action. You can discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard a Miss Marvel card, then add that card to your hand, limit once per round.
Okay.
And I do actually like the fact that they've got all of her friends from the show and from the comics. They're basically standing around the lockers with her.
Okay. Yeah, and then she's got a hand size 5, 10 hit points. She's a 1/1/1. And then she's got morphogenetics response. After you play an attack, thwart, or defense event, exhaust Ms. Marvel, return that event to your hand. So she definitely is going to like events.
Yes.
The event heavy deck. Okay.
All right, so her signature ally is the Red Dagger. A Red Dagger is a champion with, he costs 3, he's got 3 hit points. He thwarts for 2, he attacks for 2. And as an interrupt, whenever he is defeated, you spend 2 resources of different types, so they do have to be different, to deal 2 damage to an enemy and return him to your hand.
Okay. Then her attack event, we got 3 copies. Costs 2, it's an attack, superpower. Hero action attack, deal 4 damage to an enemy.
Okay. Then we've got 3 copies of Sneak By, which is their thwart event. It's a 2-cost event, and you remove 3 threat from a scheme. And again, remember, you can use her ability to buy both of those back. You tap her, and you can return those cards to your hand and use them again if you need to.
Right. Okay, then we got 2 copies of Wiggle Room. It's a defense superpower.
I love this card.
Hero interrupt defense. When you would take any amount of damage, prevent 3 of that damage, draw a card. Now, again, it's once per phase with her ability. Oh, yeah, it's limit once per phase.
Once per...
No.
Okay.
Oh, no, you just exhaust her. Never mind.
Yeah,
but if you exhaust her during the villain phase. But the thing is, say you're going to take 6 points of damage from an attack. This prevents 3 of it. You exhaust yourself. This goes back in your hand, and you can turn around and play the same card to avoid 6 damage, which I didn't realize that you could use the same wiggle room for the same attack, but apparently you can. So
because it's still everything is done at interrupt speed there.
Yeah,
so I mean,
yeah, no, that's what.
Yeah, because the morphogenics is a response. That's an interrupt. So I mean, yeah.
But I figured you had to resolve everything when I first played her. All right. She's got a lot of personas here.
Yeah, so the first one here is Amir Khan. So he's a 1-cost support persona. At alter ego action, you can exhaust him to place 1 card from your discard pile on the bottom of your deck and then draw a card. Right. And that's really great if you're down to like just a couple of cards, so you can guarantee you're going to get it.
Right. Then we got Bruno Corella. Well, you also can control the bottom of your deck, yes, too, which is nice. It's 1-cost support. You can exhaust Bruno, attach 1 card from your hand face down here. That's an alter ego action. And then as an action, you could exhaust him and add up to 3 cards attached here to your hand. So this is pretty nice, especially when you flip down, you have a couple of events that are, especially like the Wiggle Room or something, you stick it under there, and then when you're ready to come back up to hero form, you can control the events that you've got.
Yeah, and another thing is it's like it allows you to thin your deck just a little bit until you need those cards.
Yep.
All right. Next we have Nakia Bahadir. She is a 1-cost persona support. You can exhaust her in alter ego to reduce the cost of the next card you play this phase by 1.
Right. And the nice thing is so it can even be an attack, a hero card.
Yeah.
Because you exhausted an alter ego and it's the next card you play. Then you flip to hero form and then you still have the discount available. It's not like, where you have to use it immediately when you gain the resource.
And you could technically be the first player, use that on your first turn, not play anything, hold your action until somebody else's turn later, and still do that.
It's just for the whatever card you play
for the rest of the phase until the remainder of the phase. You get it on that next action.
Yeah. All right. Then we got the biokinetic polymer suit. It's a 1-cost upgrade, armor, a hero response, exhaust the suit to generate a wild resource for an event.
All right. We have Embiggen. So this is a 2-cost upgrade. It's conditioned superpower, but when you play an attack event, you can exhaust this to increase the amount of damage that event deals by 2.
Yeah. So her signature events or any, aspect events that you might put in that are attacks. Then we've got Shrink, 2-cost upgrade, condition superpower, hero interrupt. When you play a thwart event, exhaust Shrink, increase the amount of threat that event removes by 2. Okay. Then her obligation.
Home by Dawn. So you give this to the Kamala player. She can flip to alter ego and exhaust to remove this from the game. If not, you have to discard a persona you control. And then if no support was discarded this way, the card gains surge and you discard the obligation.
All right. Then we got Thomas Edison, 3 scheme, 1 attack, 3 hit points. He's a bird genius.
I'm a bird.
Thomas Edison cannot take damage while you are engaged with another minion. And he says, I am not a bird, but he's got the bird trait.
Yeah.
And genius, so he can play ingenuity, I guess. Because he's a genius bird.
Yep. Okay, so her Nemesis side scheme is Generation Y. This comes in with 2 threat per player, and when revealed, you discard the top card of each player's deck for each ally and persona support in play. This one, if you've got a lot, which you obviously tend to have, it's going to mill everybody a few cards, and it comes in with a hazard.
Yeah, because she has 3 personas.
Yeah.
And it's 2 threat per player. Then we've got Edison's giant robot.
It's also not a bird.
No, it's a robot. 1 scheme, 2 attack, 8 hit points. It's a robot traded, so that's the first robot traded, I think. Edison's giant robot cannot take damage. Hero action, spend a mental resource until the end of the phase. Treat this card's printed text box as if it was blank. So you have to spend a mental to be able to attack it.
Yes. All right, then we've got 2 copies of Harvest. This is the Treachery. When revealed, exhaust each persona support in play, and for each support exhausted this way, the villain heals a damage. If nothing was exhausted, then the card gains surge.
Right. And again, like we said, you have 3 personas.
Yes.
So she's a champion. So we got this Go for Champions. It's a 3-cost event, max 1 per deck. Play only if your identity has a champion trait. Each champion character in play cannot take damage until the end of the round. And this has been errata to that. After that is done, it's removed from the
game because this one was kind of, especially in 4-player games, if you're all playing champions, you could play one of these every turn and basically no one
ever took damage.
So they had to kind of put a cap on that. So you use it one time, it's gone.
Okay. Now
it's still a really good card.
Now with her, bring her back up for a second. So with her ability, the morphogenetics, you're going to want to have a lot of events in your deck.
Yes.
And including aspect events. So we didn't pull events, because they're pretty much for anybody. But a card that could be useful for aggression would be Home Technique. It's a 3-cost upgrade. Does require 2 mental to play. But when you play an aggression attack event, if you paid for this event using a mental, increase the amount of damage that event deals by its printed cost. And then you could turn around and put it back in your hand if you exhaust. And as long as you have another mental, you could turn around and play that card again. And so, you could get a super powerful, uppercut or something, depending on what you're doing, if you've got the resources.
Yeah, and what's the not the impedes the justice one? What's the
clobber?
Clobber, yeah. If you play clobber, you can actually do that a total of 3 times with the same card.
Yeah, and
so as long as it's the first one you play that round.
Yeah, and I think clobber costs 2.
Clobber costs 2, and it does 2. So basically,
it does 3.
It does 3. So you could do 15.
Yeah, because you're doing 5 damage
each time.
As
long as you're playing a mental each time you play it.
And actually, you can do 17 because you can embiggen the first use.
That is true. Yes.
All right. So what we kind of went with is the champions allies. That's the main cards that we're going to focus. There's a few other cards, I think, but it's mainly just the different champion allies that you
Yeah,
can get.
pick out some whichever events that you like that fit either attack, thwart, or defense, and you're going to be able to basically buy them back with by exhausting. So
Right. So that's why we didn't pull the events
yeah,
because, any event in
and
the game.
and I don't think we really pulled anything that readies you, but that's another thing. If you throw in some extra
Yeah.
readies,
No, we have some.
you can do that some additional.
We have
times
some
as well.
readies
Okay.
and stuff in here. Yeah. So the only events you can't play is like if it requires you to be an Avenger or a Guardian or,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. But all right.
All right, so the first ally that we got here is Bombshell. So she's a 4-cost champion with 3 hit points. She thwarts for 2, attacks for 3. She does take 2 consequential on the thwart. You do have to be the champion player, but you can divide her damage among each, or whenever she attacks, you divide her damage among each enemy as evenly as possible.
Yep.
So, yeah, 3, and if you beef it up, then you can spread that out a little further. But
All right. Then we got Brawn, 3-cost ally, 1 thwart, 1 attack, champion Gamma. After Brawn attacks, remove 1 threat from a scheme. And he has 5 hit points.
okay, we've got the Locust, who's a 2-cost champion ally with 2 hit points. Thwarts for 1, attacks for 1, does take 2 consequential in the thwart. Again, you have to be a champion, but after Locust enters play, you add an aggression event from your discard pile to your hand. So this is another way to get additional aggression events back.
Okay. And then for Justice, we have Wasp. This is Nadia Van Dyne. Cost 2 thwart with 2 consequential, 1 attack, 3 hit points. She's a champion. Play only if you're a champion. Wasp ignores the guard keyword, patrol keyword, and the crisis icon.
Oh, yeah. That's a nice one.
All right.
In leadership, we've got Cloud9, who's a 3-cost aerial champion with 3 hit points. She thwarts for 1, attacks for 1. And as a hero action, you can exhaust Cloud9 and choose a player until the end of the phase. Each aerial character that player controls gets +1 thwart. So you could actually choose a different player with this. She's in here more because of the champion, but she works really good if you've got somebody at the table playing aerial.
Yep. Or here's another aerial champion
Yes.
that would work with Cloud9. 4-cost. This is Falcon. This is the Joaquin
Torres.
Joaquin Torres, yeah. 1 thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit points. Aerial champion. After Falcon attacks or thwarts, spend an energy resource to ready another champion character in control, which could be Miss Marvel.
Yep. So now we've also got Kalu in here. Kalu's not a champion. He's an Avenger Mystic. He costs 2. He's got 2 hit points, thwarts for 1, attacks for 1. But the reason he's in here is after he enters play, you can search the top 5 cards of your deck for an event and add that event to your hand and then shuffle your deck. And it doesn't matter what event. It could be one of yours. It could be an aspect, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's really nice to get your attack or thwart event.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can, especially when you already have been big in or shrink out. So.
Yep.
All right. Then we got Patriot. He costs 3, 2 thwart, 2 consequential, 1 attack, 4 hit points. He's a champion. After Patriot enters play, choose a champion character. That character gets +1 to each of its basic powers until the end of the round. So you wouldn't choose Miss Marvel for this because you can make her a 2/2/2, I guess, if you don't have enough events in your hand. But the main thing is you want to probably do it with your allies.
Yeah.
All right, then we go to protection.
All right, in protection, we've got Brother Voodoo. So he's very similar to Kalu in that he's an Avenger Mystic. He attacks for, he costs 3. He's got 3 hit points, thwarts for 2 with 2 consequential, and attacks for 1. But very similar is whenever he comes into play, you search top 5 cards of your deck for an event and add it to your hand and shuffle your deck.
Okay. Then we got Nova, the Sam Alexander version. 4 hit points, 1 thwart, 2 attacks, 3 hit points. He's a champion. Interrupt. When an enemy initiates an attack against you, spend an energy resource, deal 2 damage to that enemy. Now, the nice thing about this, especially if you have the energy, is he doesn't exhaust when he does that. So the villain activates, you do 2 damage. A minion engaged with you activates, you do 2 damage to him.
And if they're small enough or have enough damage already, then they never hit you.
Yeah.
Because they're gone.
Because you're doing pinpoint damage.
Yeah, speaking of, hey, great lead in there. So Pinpoint is a 2-cost ally champion with 2 hit points, thwarts for 1, attacks for 2 with 2 consequential. You do have to be a champion to play her, but whenever a player card would be placed into the discard pile from play, you can exhaust her and shuffle that card into the owner's deck instead. And you can do this from any player's deck, but she's kind of in there to be able to get your stuff back whenever it would get knocked away, especially like some of your personas or your embiggen or shrink.
Okay. And then, yeah, so now the next card, so the more you can ready yourself, the more you can use your ability to put events back in your hand. So here we've got the only pool card that we've got. 2-cost upgrade, stick-to-itiveness, hero action, spend a strength resource, and exhaust this card to ready your hero. Okay. Then we go to basic.
In basic, we've got Ironheart, which is a 2-cost champion ally with 2 hit points, thwarts for 1, attacks for 1. But after you play Ironheart from your hand, draw a card. So in essence, she basically turns up costing 1.
Okay. So we've been showing a lot of champions. So a really good card would be Team Building Exercise. So go ahead.
So team building exercise, that's a 2-cost support. As a hero action, you can exhaust it to play a card from your hand that shares a trait with your hero, which the only trait you've actually got, well, no, you've got champion and inhuman.
Yep.
Then you can reduce that the cost of playing that card by 1.
Keep it out. So if only there was a way to use the inhuman. Oh, wait, there is. Lockjaw, 4-cost ally, 2 thwart, 2 consequential, 2 attack, 2 consequential, 4 hit points. You may play Lockjaw from your discard pile during your turn, paying his resource cost.
So you cannot use the team building.
You can't use the team building for that part. But if Lockjaw's in your hand, then it's only costing 3. But yeah, so unfortunately, it's not compatible with Lockjaw's ability. But, it's just fun that you could actually use team building for inhuman. So.
Yeah, well, and the fact is, I love Lockjaw because if you turn up and get flooded with resources that you can't really use for anything, pull them out of your discard pile and play them.
Okay. All right, then we got Moon Girl.
So Moon Girl is she's a 3-cost champion genius with 3 hit points. So you can only play if she has champion, or if you have champion or genius. Of course, you have a champion. She thwarts for 2, attacks for 2, takes 2 consequential in both. But after you play her from your hand, you could draw 1 card for each mental resource used to pay for her. So you're going to try to spend 3 to pay for her, but
yeah. All right, then we got Snow Guard. She costs 4, 0, 0, 3 hit points. She's a champion. After Snow Guard enters play, place up to 3 shift counters. While the shift counters here equal X, if it's 1, she gets +3 to attack, and her attacks gain overkill. 2, she gets +3 thwart and gains aerial. Or 3, she gets +5 hit points and gains retaliate 1. So she's either a really good attacker, with overkill, which is great, really good thwarter, or a hit point battery with retaliate for defending.
All right, and then we've got next is the Miles Morales version of Spider-Man. So he is a 3-cost ally, champion ally with 3 hit points. He thwarts for 1, attacks for 2. But after you play him from your hand, you can choose thwart or attack, and he gets +2 to the chosen power until the end of the phase.
Okay. Then we got Vivian. She's a 2-cost ally, 2 thwart, 2 consequential, 1 attack, 2 hit points, aerial android champion. Hero response: after Vivian enters play, choose an attachment, non-elite minion, or a non-permanent side scheme. Until the end of the round, treat the card's printed text box as if it were blank, except for traits.
Yeah, so she's great to get rid of guard or patrol temporarily if you need to. She can get rid of leaves the battlefield, when defeated abilities on cards. I mean, she's got a lot of, that you can put that to use quite easily.
Right. Or you could also use it to mess with Cable, where you turn off the victory on the side scheme, and then it has to go back in his deck.
Cable might shoot her for that.
All right, then we got the Champion's Mobile Bunker. It's a 2-cost support champion vehicle. Hero action: exhaust Champion's Mobile Bunker. Choose an identity with a champion trait. The player who controls that identity may draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards from their hand.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about this one to me is it does not require a champion to actually play it.
Yeah, that's true.
There has to be a champion in the game, but the champion does not have to be the one who plays the
Actually,
card.
technically, there doesn't have to be a champion in the game. It's just no one would get the benefit of it.
True. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you could play it if you just wanted to get a card out of your hand. I'm not sure what that would.
If you wanted to thin your deck, I guess.
Yeah. I've got better ways to do that.
All right.
All right, then we've got Def Focus here. Def Focus is a 1-cost upgrade, max 1 per player, but you can exhaust this to reduce the resource of the next superpower card you play this turn by 1. And of course, she has quite a few superpowers that, and you're trying to buy them back. So.
Her Biggin and Shrink, and then I think her events are.
I think all of her events are superpowers. Yeah. I believe, yeah.
Big hands.
Yeah, they all,
okay, yeah.
All of them are.
Yeah. Plus also the upgrades that gives
Yes.
2 boosters in there as well. All right. So this is a card, or if you end up flipping to Alter Ego to utilize your really nice recovery value that you have. What, she's 5, I think?
She's 5, yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, you recover half your hit points, So, you got Ready to Rumble, 1-cost upgrade, play under any player's control, max 1 per player. After you change form, discard this card, ready your hero. And she's on the art, so you have to play.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I love this.
That's why he pulled it, was because she's on the art.
But you use her heal ability, then you come up, you ready yourself, and then you can use her buyback on one of your events.
Yeah. So yeah, you benefit from, guys, normally if you heal and then you flip up, you're giving up her power when you play an event, but this would negate that. All right, then we got the final card here, Tenacity, 2-cost upgrade, spend a strength resource, a discard, ready your hero. So again, this is to utilize more events.
Yep.
All right, so pull Ms. Marvel back.
Alrighty, so Miss Marvel here.
All right, so that was our look at Ms. Marvel, our first champion, our second hero kit that we got after Captain America. So Ms. Marvel is a very fun character. Dirk actually got to play her recently when we did our game.
Yeah, I forgot how fun she was. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we did a game where I was playing Captain Marvel.
Yeah, we didn't know who we were going to play yet. He decided he was going to play Captain Marvel. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I'm going to play Miss Marvel, and she's going to look up to her hero.
Yeah. So we went up against Venom, and Venom was marvelously. Was he defeated? You'll have to see the video.
Marvelously handled, dealt with. Yeah, it was marvelous.
All right.
Whoa,
Dirk. He's just like so destructive. All right. Thank you for watching, everyone. I got to raise it up super high now. Please like and subscribe.
And if you want to see more content by us, go and hit that notification bell down there, and you will get alerts whenever we post new videos. All right, see ya.